Let's level up Jeff FM. Let's level up Jeff's barbershop.
Whoa!
Do you want to have kids someday?
Not right now.
Yeah. No. I'm not. It doesn't have to be right now, but like eventually. It just is the door open.
Yes, I want to make sure that I get all the stuff I want to do out of my life first.
Now I'm getting second thoughts here. Is Verica like too perfect? Does she really want this? She's coming off too perfect here. The whole let me manage Jeff's barbershop, Jeff FM. It's like too perfect. And it's just setting off a tiny alarm, just a tiny alarm. But maybe that's a good thing. Hey everybody, my name's Anthony Rossinello. I'm a social and relationship coach. I have been asked to react to Jeff Wittek on H3's Bachelor. Here on YouTube, I have this series called Love Test, where people ask me to look at the dynamic between two people and see if it's authentic. Charles and Jake asked, could you please review the couch interviews of Jeff Wittek and the top 3 contestants of H3's The Bachelor? I'd love to get your analysis on who you think is the most compatible for him as a life partner, not just someone to date a couple months, but in it for the long haul. Now, I've never seen any of these Bachelor episodes. I want to go in blind. I want to go in having no idea what's going to happen. Where I'm going to start today is the first dates, the first time Jeff met any of these women, and I just want to see who's the best match. Thank you, Charles and Jake. By the way, if anybody wants to ask me any questions on Twitter or suggest any videos, my Twitter is Rossinello right here. You can get the link in the description. Let's get started.
How are you feeling? You feeling good?
Nervous.
You're nervous?
My palms are sweating.
I bet they're even more nervous.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Jeff's such an interesting guy, by the way. He has these two sides of him. One side of him is like the bro, and then the other side of him is like, I think the real side, I hope the real side is like the real sweet guy deep down. So I think Jeff just being vulnerable here and showing that he's nervous, his palms are sweaty as you could see, it's gonna make people feel more comfortable to get nervous on days 2 and just say, this is okay, this is a normal thing.
What are you doing in China?
My dad used to work for Ford, so we kind of all got shipped out together when I was like 6 years old.
They make
Lived
Fords
there
in
for
China?
Apparently.
Wow.
It's like a really common thing.
Wow.
Wow, American manufacturing ain't what it used to be.
No.
I know.
We got to do more in China.
I've never been to Detroit.
Why is Ethan butting into this, right? He can't help himself. It's gonna happen the whole time, I guarantee it.
You should come. I'll give you a little tour.
I would love to do that. Well, if this does go the distance, you know, one of us is going to have to make the move.
And I am willing to do that. I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
So I think right there, because I saw it in Jeff's face right after he said it, he was communicating to her, listen, if we get together, this is a serious thing I'm doing. I want you to move to me in LA. I don't think that face that Jeff makes, because here, I want you to see the face that Jeff makes right after he says that. It's this expectant, here, watch.
Well, if this does go the distance, you know, one of us is going to have to make the move.
See when he went like that, he's holding in a laugh like that's going to be you.
And I am willing to do that. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I was planning on moving to California anyway next year.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Oh, okay. You were already planning on moving to LA.
But the thing is, I kind of want to move from New York, California, go back and forth. I don't know if that's okay with you.
All right. This is like such a complicated thing, but on a first date, I don't think you should get into logistics right off the bat. What are logistics? Where am I gonna live? Where are you gonna live? What is our future gonna look like? Yes, that's very, very important. I mean, I would say like save it for the second date. The first date to me should be all about chemistry. How do I feel with this person? Am I having fun with this person? That being said, this is a unique situation where Jeff is talking to somebody that lives on the other side of the planet. So it makes more sense for him to ask something like that right off the bat. So I think the conversation's off to a nice start. But if you are on a first date, it's better to save the logistics till a little bit later in the date. Build a little chemistry at first. See if you actually like the person. Because if you talk too logical at the beginning, what tends to happen is you guys get into this like intellectual thinking headspace and you stop the focus on how you feel around each other.
I'll be completely honest. I'm extremely insecure. I have a lot of issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, one thing that I really can see right here, and I knew this already, but it's great to see it here, is Jeff is taking this super seriously. And the fact that he started off saying this, again, not the best thing for a first date, but this is a unique date. This is something a little bit different. So the fact that Jeff is doing this all at the beginning of the date is still okay. He's kind of speed dating right now, right? And so it's actually a little bit more important to him to have these boxes checked before I think he could emotionally allow himself to start falling for Gabby.
What do you want to do with your life? Do you want to follow in your
That's
father's
the-
footsteps and make American cars in China?
Absolutely not. I mean, my goal is to become rich and famous and then quit all of it and just own a bunch of animal sanctuaries around the world.
Okay, so
That's really what.
I love the second part. I love the second part of that.
No, it's hard to see if she was joking right there. She was super deadpan. I'm sure she's a fan of H3. I'm sure she watches all the time. I was wondering if maybe she was purposely doing this for the gaffes and the goofs. Not sure, but it definitely threw Jeff off right there.
Thank you. I'm a very feminine person, but I just love expressing myself, and I need a man who respects that,
Strong woman. Do you respect?
I don't
strong
know
women?
what that means.
What made you submit your video?
So already, Jeff is hesitant about this woman. There's something off. She seems to be a little sarcastic about this. She seems to not have her heart in it. I still don't know, because the truth of the matter is that when you are anxious, when I am anxious, I act super weird. I act really nervous. I act different than I ever would normally because I'm so scared. And so listen, she could very well be an H3 fan and is blown away that she's on a date with Jeff Wittek right now. And she's just trying to, I don't know, not look like the worst person in the world. But unfortunately, in doing so, that might be what is happening.
You
Should I
just
get a
can't
face
help
tat?
it.
Should I do something?
That could be a vibe.
I
That
got
could be a vibe.
scars all over my face. What more do I need?
I like that.
So let me ask.
Maybe it's not that.
Let me ask a question.
Ethan keeps cutting them off at the wrong times because they were just about to get a little banter going. And
My dad was actually named after St. Christopher because his mom got in a car crash and had the St. Christopher on her, what is it called? The mirror in the car. And so she named him after that. So
Can I make a question? If they died, how do we know that St. Christopher didn't curse the vehicle? I mean,
Did she
that's a
survive?
horrible thing to
No,
ask.
she survived.
I know
survived.
it is.
Ethan, she survived
Yeah,
because of the
Oh,
medallion.
you think the medallion saved her? Didn't?
Yeah, she didn't.
Well,
That's
I'm
point.
because that's probably what I would have thought. I'd be like, Christopher failed me, and then probably, you know what I mean? But that's not how the Catholics think.
see, even though Jeff thinks that Ethan's being a good wingman and everything, what he's doing is stopping Jeff from fully engaging with his date. And so that's why you see Jeff keep looking at Ethan like this.
I'm looking for a real relationship, which is tough to find in the city we live in and the lifestyle that, Ethan and I live.
True.
Well, that's a
Hard.
good place to start. Do you want kids, Gabby?
Yeah, I'm open to kids. I mean, I could see my life.
I feel like all of this stuff should have been handled before they picked the matches, right? We're wasting time right now. They're not getting to know each other. They're not having a fun time. They're getting all of the logistics out of the way. Do you want kids? Where are you going to be living? This should have been out of the way already.
I'm less fuckboyish now that some scumbag stripped some of my looks from me. It actually made it better for us.
I think he elevated you. He's going down. That hairline is just receding, and you're leveling
Oh,
up.
I love the shade.
All right,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
Gabby, we thank you.
You're coming
We're
to Hollywood.
excited. Welcome to Hollywood, as Jeff
I'm
says.
ready.
Thank you so
Ready.
much. We'll be in touch.
All right, so not bad. Not a bad date. It ended better. Once Jeff showed his interest, they had a little bit more of this camaraderie, this chemistry. So not bad. I'd like to see the other dates.
So you're a big time influencer because I saw a lot of people commenting about you that they were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Rachel submitted."
I know. They blew up my spot on TikTok too. All my comments were about The Bachelor, and I was like,
It's so funny because instantly we could see that Rachel is 100% less camera shy, which I don't know if is a good or a bad thing.
I wanted to say though,
You want-
okay.
Part of me, guys. Just, ignore
Matt,
that.
you
Just forget I'm here.
You just light me on.
I would say right off the bat, my vibe is Jeff is definitely an introvert. Yes, he comes out and he's really big and funny and crazy on camera, but in real life, it's clear that he's a little more reserved, a little quieter, a little more relaxed, a little more in his head and analytical. I would say that Rachel looks great. She's amazing. She seems like a great personality, but just as a mix, I feel like Jeff would want somebody that can come down to his level and, get analytical with him. And it doesn't seem like Rachel has that yet, but I'd love to see more.
What is your dream?
My dream would be, I would love to have kind of like a Bill Nye the Science Guy type show, but about makeup. I don't think anyone's done that before, and I think it'd be really fun.
Oh, so like about the ingredient. I'm sorry.
Part of me.
The fuck, I can't get a thought through.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is what's going to keep happening because Ethan wants to make sure that the show is still funny, but Jeff is now getting into it because she's really charming, she's engaging, and it's helping Jeff feel more comfortable.
Okay, so let's bring this back in then. What about you? Where do you see your career going?
I'm really liking Rachel. She's confident. Look at how she took the lead in the conversation right here. She saw there was like this weird awkwardness and she's like, let's get back on track. I really like that. She's positive. She's confident. This could be a good match, but I am still interested if she's able to kind of come down and be a little more heady like Jeff is.
Like you are on your way to our first date and then you hear the lottery numbers and you look at your ticket and you're like, holy fuck, I fucking won. Fuck this stupid YouTube date. I'm out.
I'd be like, I'd text her like, yo, something came up, and then I'd wire you like 10,000 or something. Like, be like, yo, just wait for me. Like, put a hold on it. Like, let's do a rain check.
I like that.
Rain check.
I like her. She's got a great personality. She's level-headed. They seem to be getting along pretty well.
She gave me a little something. At least I eat 2 off that ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I send you the location to my new house on the hills and be like, pull up, like first date, let's do it again.
And then I'm just a fuck boy again. I'm just a fucking booty call. But you know what? I respect the honesty. And you're really dope. You're really funny, beautiful.
He likes her.
And you seem lucky too. I think you're gonna start playing the lottery.
That's a good. So, Miranda.
I have to say, this is the best chemistry I've seen so far on all the dates. Now, it could be because Jeff is loosening up a little bit, but regardless, Jeff is asking the right questions. You could see he's more focused, he's having more fun, and Miranda's handling it so well. All of like the weird shit that Ethan's doing in between, like that's hard to deal with when you have like several people talking and you're trying to like present yourself well. She's doing an amazing job, so I love them. So far, my favorite match.
So let's say you're running a 26K, you're like 25K down. You're like in the lead, but the Ethiopians, they're on your ass, right? You're like
the Ethiopians, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you see an old woman getting mugged, but the finish line is right there. What do you? And then there's $1 million.
That's a great counter question.
Are you gonna help the lady or?
Wow.
That's also just really smart. Like she tailored that for
it's
you.
It's like an interesting trolley
that's a
problem.
Fucking
yeah, you thought you was gonna
question.
Get
that is a
else with the questions. Now I'm coming with the questions.
I know. That's really good. That's a really good loaded question.
That's like an excellent question to ask somebody because it really truly shows if you're more selfless or selfish. And like, to me, immediately I go, of course I'm gonna help the woman. Who cares about a fucking race? But, I mean, I could see a lot of people that would say the opposite.
Claiming each other, you got dating apps, you got social media. In a world like that, do you think that like a successful true love can still happen?
It's a great question. I don't know. It's up to us to find out.
Oh, good answer.
Yeah.
I like her.
Your chances are looking good, but
I love them. All right, next date. They're great.
I'm almost done with school, so I'm going to be a court reporter. I know you also had a question.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Basically, it will not be shut down by AI, I promise.
Well, how do you know this?
There's so many different things that AI can't do that we can. I know that it seems really advanced, but if you think about a court setting and different people talking, how are they going to be able to distinguish who's speaking at what time.
AI is definitely taking your job. Yeah, listen, I watched a documentary last night. The whole thing, Joe Rogan was narrating it. I watched the whole thing, and then at the very end, I found out that it was Joe Rogan's voice was AI'd. It wasn't even him.
That's awesome.
Let me ask you a question. So if AI, if it's set up to be a microphone, what happens?
All right, so this is definitely don't do on a date. Don't kind of put down their job, even if you know, oh, AI is going to take it over. Just stay away from these topics because right now they're getting into a debate over AI, which is not about the connection, okay? And so this could actually create a contentious feeling between the two of them. We don't want that. You always want to keep positive vibes between you and the other person, especially at the beginning.
Oh yeah, give me a hot take.
Okay. I hate sushi.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
I'm with you, girl. Overrated.
What's your problem with sushi?
No, I don't know if it's the texture or like the taste. There's something about like fish and just fishiness that
What about cooked fish?
It's a little bit better.
Oh my God. Wait, sorry to interrupt. You're the only other person I've ever met in my life that has the same weird seafood aversion as I do. Because everybody loves that shit.
Too. Yeah, and everyone thinks I'm crazy, but
she's got a good opinion on seafood, Jeff.
The puffer fish.
Look, that's okay. I don't care about food really much at all.
I like a lot of other things, so we can find something. I'm sure.
All right, great. Well, I'll see you tonight.
I'm going to say right off the bat that immediately I loved Megan. I thought she had such a great vibe. Now that I see her chat with Jeff, there would just be this sort of disconnect. I don't think she has a sense of humor. I think that's really what it is. And I think Jeff does have a great sense of humor. I think they would have that disconnect right there.
I could rent you a bicycle with a little basket and you could put your little pup in the basket and I can run next to you. And we could get a speaker and we could play the Rocky soundtrack.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Or we can go roller skating. I like roller skating. I don't know if you've ever been. Yeah, we can
go roller skating, yeah.
But do you see right there, Jeff was throwing some fun at her, some jokes. He wanted to be silly with her. He wanted to see how she responded back. And I could tell she just wasn't given that. So she wanted to give a positive response back. So she goes roller skating, but it wasn't really a yes and. It was like a non-improv yes and. And Jeff wanted an improv yes and.
I'm sure from the look on my face right now, you could already tell that I'm so excited for this one. You are.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? It is nuts.
This is the most nervous I've been
Watch it with those glasses. If you spill again, pal, you're done here. You're done in this restaurant.
But do you see how now Jeff... Do you see how now Jeff took the lead here? Jeff is calling the shots. When Ethan first walked up, you saw Jeff this and always looking at Ethan for assurance. Now he's the confident one. Now he's leading. Now he's making the jokes. This is a great tip for anybody that wants to go on a first date. I don't want you to go on 4 first dates beforehand, but what I do want you to do is hang out with some friends beforehand. Or if your friends aren't around, just talk to a friend on the phone. Now, if you're talking to somebody like your best friend knows everything about you. They know how to get you into that good vibe. And you know how to get into that good vibe when you talk to your best friend. So having a phone call with your best friend before a first date is actually a really great idea just to get all of the nerves out and to make you feel a lot more comfortable and fun before you actually talk to your date.
How would you eventually have kids if you don't have the time for a dog?
Right, good question.
Because kids are a lot more of a responsibility.
I would hope to one day have more of a chill life. But I also wasn't lying in the video when I said I do see myself as being a stepmom.
Oh, she doesn't want kids.
When I picture my future,
So she
picture myself with,
she wants to marry Jeff after he has
teenager,
kids.
And giving them advice and
you just want to go straight to teenager? Yeah,
and,
me too.
I'm only.
All right, I'm already calling no match here. They had good chemistry, but it's clear to me that Jeff has these boxes that he needs to be checked before he moves forward.
Yeah, I just said if I do have kids, then I definitely have to really trust the person. And I know Ethan was kind of speculating on maybe why that is. I kind of debated back and forth how vulnerable I wanted to be on here, but since you're putting yourself out there, I really respect you for that.
Wow.
The truth is, my dad was an abusive alcoholic, so it's really important to me. Like, I never want to put another human in that situation. I never want to be the reason for someone else's pain.
Incredible answer.
I'm not against having kids. I love kids, and kids love me. It's just one of those things that I want to make sure it's the right person in the right time.
I love her off the bat.
Beautiful answer.
I don't know why, just the way she worded that, it was so just authentic and genuine.
It's really what I look for in a partner is I need that camaraderie. Like, I need someone that's my best friend that I know is going to back at the end of the day, no matter what.
Good answers.
What do you feel like has been really lacking from your past relationship?
This is a small hole.
Wow. Do you see how she just easily segued into a question? Incredible. So she answered the question really well. And then this is something that all humans do. It's called threading when we have conversations with each other. We answer a question or we ask a question or we're expressing ourselves, and whatever topic we're on at the moment is naturally going to have us pop up other side topics that we want to talk about. This is something that you could do to like kind of rev up your engine when you're on a date if you're feeling a little nervous. If you're on a topic and you're talking about a certain thing and there's other things that start popping up during when you're talking or when that other person's talking, you could grab those and then throw it at the other person. If you just spoke, you could ask them a question that kind of just expands off of it. I teach threading to people if I see that they have that issue where they run out of things to say in conversation. Threading is the best thing, and it's what we already naturally do. So if you're feeling nervous, you could remind yourself, oh yeah, this is what I do anyway. Let me just take what I'm already talking about and kind of bring it to a side topic and bring it to that person I'm talking to. Speaking of threading, that's one of the conversation skills that I teach in my conversation course on SKILLSHARE. You can get it for free with a 1-month trial. It's 6 hours of everything from the beginning of a conversation. How do you even approach somebody? And then how do you end it? And how do you turn it into the next date? How do you turn it into a real relationship and not just something that's kind of superficial and not real? This class and everything I teach is all about getting you to be your most authentic self and to stop focusing on the wrong things like, oh, does this person like me? What's the perfect thing to say? It's all about getting you to feel as natural as possible when you're talking to somebody. Now, this also doesn't have to do with just dating because I believe social skills are universal. You could, of course, use this course for dating, but it's also for personal relationships as well as business. Get my conversation course for free for an entire month, and you don't have to pay anything, and you don't have to worry about, oh, they're going to charge me like a month later. You could cancel it as soon as you sign up, and then you get my course for absolutely free, but you don't have to worry about getting the class now. Let's watch the rest of this and I'll remind you at the end.
Yeah,
Wait, one sec. Oh, fuck, shit. Sorry about that. Fuck. Sorry.
I'm glad we're getting over all these little awkward things in the beginning, you know?
Yeah, me too.
That way we can really enjoy each other's company.
Sorry. You okay? Do you need a napkin?
What's your ideal first date? Get the fuck out of here.
Stop.
He's so angry.
Yeah.
Because it's only up from here.
A dinner?
You know?
Or like, but
You
like
see how
dinner-
she's cheering him up?
Okay, yeah. So this on a live show in front of millions of people.
I wouldn't say that part. I'm not kind of like private on all my.
We need more lighter fluid.
Yeah.
But I really respect you for putting yourself out there, and I think you're super handsome. And so I wanted to put myself out there too.
Well, same to you, and I think you're beautiful, and I would love to go on another date, but I can't say right now.
Ashley's amazing. I think she's like the most balanced with all of the qualities that Jeff wants out of all of them. I'm still not sure about her sense of humor though. That's the only thing that I see missing. Again, Jeff's a funny guy. He's going to want to joke around and he's going to want his wife to be joking around with him. Ashley has it all. I haven't seen a lot of sense of humor yet. We'll see.
Know that I love working out. It's such a big part of my life. And
Wow.
It sounded silly that I kept saying that. But the reason is because I've learned all my best life lessons from that. So aside from the physical benefits of working out, why is working out and staying healthy so important to
Wow.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Before I answer that, I
Damn.
just want to commend you on your explanation, because earlier I had a girl on here that was like, I do boxing. I was like, what? So you had a fight? She got like, what level? Why? You know, you lost 100 pounds.
Yeah. Now that I think back to, I think it was Rachel, maybe was her name. I mean, she brought out that boxing glove as kind of like a gimmick, as like a prop. And it was a little weird. Like, I know they do that on like the first episode of The Bachelor when they have those first meets, they bring like a weird gimmick prop. I don't know. It didn't work that well. So I like that Jeff picked up on that.
Oh, hi, Taylor. I remember your submission.
Remember me?
Yeah. Wow. So cute. Look at this setup.
Thank you. Yes, I'm in Italy right now.
Did you change your hair?
No, I just straightened it. Like it.
Wow, it looks nice. Look at us in Italy, having spaghetti and meatballs.
No, I love it. This is my first time in Europe. Have you been here before?
You've never been to Europe? It's the first time?
So already off the bat, Taylor has that improv brain. You see how she just brought him into this improv scene? Have you ever been here before?
But Ethan, listen, can I tell you something?
Please.
I think you had auditory processing disorder. You know how you pronounce things?
I might.
Wait, let's hear her out. Let's hear her out.
No, I'm curious because I do think I have some kind of thing. Like I say what so much.
Right.
What is that?
It's an auditory processing disorder, APD for short.
APD.
But genuinely, it can be confused for ADHD. So when your kids,
It's another
if they
thing
have
I apparently
issues
have.
ever in school, you can get them tested for that through an audiologist.
Taylor's my favorite. She's funny, she's smart, she's beautiful, she's interesting. She knows how to lead the conversation in the way that she wants it to go, while at the same time having Jeff talk too. But I'm getting like this friendship vibe between them, and I think down the road that would come up. And I think this is something they don't realize right now. So I'm just gonna say right off the bat, Taylor and Jeff are not gonna end up together.
I see people making videos. I saw that guy made a video on you about the Bill Burr thing.
Oh God! Every fucking week is another Bill Burr
Bro, that's
video.
grit. You went through that.
Bro, this fucking podcast happened like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
There's got to be like 30 video essays about it. It's like coming of age for video essayists.
Yeah, popped up.
Yeah, I love it.
Recommended to me. It was crushing it.
Guy, did you watch it?
Hell yeah. Full thing. Gave him his full viewer retention. I want that shit in the
I want
algorithm.
all Ethan hate videos on my homepage. Bring them where.
Yeah, I love that. So, yeah, you would say you have some grit yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think I said in the video, I graduated when I was 16. I moved out when I was 17, and I've just been taking care of myself since then.
Wow.
Wow.
It's hard.
Respect that.
It's hard. It's not easy, but you got to do what you got to do, you know?
Aww.
Exactly. That's what I always say. That's what I always told my mom every time I was in jail. Ma, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know? Can you bail me out?
I'd bail you out any day of the week. You know, that's the difference between me and you, though. I never got caught. You did.
Oh, what have you done?
Good answer. Good answer. Yeah.
What are you?
I got caught those times. I also didn't get caught for a lot.
Is grit also another name for?
There's something off about it right now because Sky is doing all the right things. She seems like she's funny, she's beautiful, she's supportive, she's interesting, she's confident. But Jeff is not making that eye contact with the TV like he does with most of the dates. He's looking away. He's interested and he's confident and he's asking her questions. He doesn't seem too interested in her. Don't know why. Listen, there's a million you can't explain attraction.
All right, this was lovely. I'm really into this. It's so hard. This is so hard.
But do you see the way that Jeff just said that? This was lovely. I'm really into this. That doesn't give like attraction vibes.
You know, when I first saw your submission, I gotta be honest, I was like, let's end this fucking show. It's done. It's over.
Thank you. Then why didn't you respond to my DM?
But by the way, just look at the eye contact that Jeff is making right now.
Wow, she is really
Am
going
I about
for
to be the villain? Am I about to
Did
be
you
the villain?
DM me?
Of course I did.
I didn't.
You.
I don't look at
Just say thank you. Just say thank you. The preface of the message, it literally said, "I'm not ruining the show. I just wanted to thank you."
I know.
Should I look? Should I pull it up?
I was prepping to biff small nostrils in the octagon.
Do you want to try this meatball?
Should I pull it up right now and read it or no?
Oh shit.
No, I'll keep it private. I'll look at it after.
Can you read it right now?
I'm not gonna lie. I looked for your Instagram, but it's not your name.
Try this meatball.
You're not gonna
thanks.
find it.
It's good. You gotta be hungry. You worked up quite a. You like
Would you
it?
like a meatball?
Did you like it or no?
Do you have meatballs in Australia?
I didn't cook it, so.
Yes, we do.
Verica has this like super confidence. Like even look at like the way she sits back like that. And she has this crazy smile that just like lights up the room. She's funny. She's not scared of a little back and forth between her and Jeff. Super positive, and at the same time she has this sex appeal. I don't know what it is. There's something about the way she's moving or something about Verica that gives this more like sexy vibe, and I have a feeling it's gonna really connect with Jeff. Don't know why. I'm just seeing something going on between these two.
So tell me about yourself. I know you submitted a great video. I love that you're Australian.
I feel like I already did tell you about myself. Why don't I ask you a couple questions?
Wow. But do you see what I mean? Like she has this really great way of being straightforward and confident while still coming off really charming.
You have any pets?
No, I have wild parents. No animals allowed. We have a goldfish.
You live with your parents?
At the moment, yes, while I'm studying.
What is it about her? She's so charming. It's the smile. It's in the way she's expressing herself. It's so natural. She gives off this energy like her and Jeff have known each other for a while. And I think that's what I'm picking up on right here. They seem to have this chemistry. And I just have this feeling that Jeff is going to like her the most. She seems to be the perfect package, right? She seems to have all of the personality. She has the looks. She has this great smile, this energy, this positivity. She's confident in she knows social skills. She knows how to express herself in the right way. She knows how to lead the conversation in the right direction. She knows how to ask all the right questions. I think her and Jeff might be a great match. I just want to see a little more because it just began.
You could have any red flags.
Oh, stop it. You got to get me off that pedestal in your head. I'm going to disappoint you greatly.
Yeah? Why? Is there something like...
So what she just did right there is she humbled herself, or, some people call it disqualifying yourself. And what this means is she's showing that she doesn't care what Jeff thinks. But another important part about humbling yourself or disqualifying yourself, first of all, it's showing that you're down to earth, right? It's showing that you don't have a big head, a big ego. Not to say that accepting somebody's compliment is a bad thing. Of course not. Do that all the time. But I think Jeff's compliment was more of a qualifier. You don't have any red flags, which is impossible, by the way. So she's so down to earth that she said, listen, I'm a normal person just like everybody else. I have my flaws. I have my strengths. She's saying, I don't need you to think I'm perfect in order for this to work. Really important. Great job.
Yeah? Why? Is there something are you a catfish? Is this AI?
You never know these days.
You never know.
I'm still human, I can make mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's funny how they saved you for the end,
Yeah, I'm a little pissed about that. I'm not going to lie. I woke up at
He loves her.
5:30 to get ready for this, and now I'm coming on at 9.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Verica. They get a whole
I'm
extra
already
day.
at tomorrow.
And Verica, would you be willing to...
that concerns me a little bit.
Can I butt in, please?
No, you can't. Not for this one.
What year is it? Not for this one.
You obviously...
So already, okay, so what's going on right now? Jeff has decided this is my girl. And because of that, now all of his check boxes are coming back. Because remember, from the beginning, he was so stuck to those check marks. I think now that he realizes, oh, this is the one I want, he saw a potential problem and he's like, oh, okay, let's get this figured out before we move on because I don't want to get my hopes up about you.
Live on the other side of the planet, I have a career
I'm ready to hop on a red eye tonight. Let's go.
Yeah, you'll hop on a red eye tonight, but you'll be going back on it because it's hard to leave Australia. I know a lot of Australians and they love where they come from, their culture. The rest of the world very different.
You know, it's really interesting that Jeff is assuming that if they fall in love and they get into a relationship where they're living together, that all of these women are going to live where Jeff lives. A little presumptuous.
And I don't know if you're prepared to move, especially are you in school? You said you're in school?
I am, but I'm an external student because I wanted to be able to have a job while I studied. So I do all of my learning online.
So you can move here.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to ask Verica.
Look at his face. He's so happy.
If I stay with you, I think we'll be all good.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
can I butt in, please?
Do you see a shrug? He's like, listen, this is it. Wow.
Show's over.
Yep.
Yeah.
You were planning on coming out here anyway.
Not to America, no. My original plan was to go teach English in China for a year, and then I wanted to settle somewhere doing global PR for a multinational.
So what I'm going to guess right now is Jeff is going to start asking like real big questions to her because he goes, this is my girl. So I want to ask the questions that are the most important.
Let's level up Jeff FM. Let's level up Jeff's barbershop.
Whoa!
Do you want to have kids? Someday?
No. Right now.
Yeah, no, I'm not. It doesn't have to be right now, but like eventually. It just is the door open.
Yes, I want to make sure that I get all the stuff I want to do out of my life first. I think one of my favorite things about you is you're not even 35 and you've lived like 100 lives already.
Tell me about those tattoos.
I know, you guys pulled me out. I was holding the microphone. That's why I had to show it. But I don't know, just a little bit.
Now I'm getting second thoughts here. Is Verica like too perfect? Does she really want this? She's coming off too perfect here. The whole let me manage Jeff's barbershop, Jeff FM. It's like too perfect. And it's just setting off a tiny alarm, just a tiny alarm. But maybe that's a good thing.
You like that I've lived a lot of lives.
Yes, I think you're an interesting person.
There's something too self-assured in her. Yes, I think you're an interesting person. Now listen, there's just some people that are like that, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching.
But you're making it easier to decide.
Oh, stop. Stop it, you. I knew it was game over when you said you binged candy tonight. Even my brother was like, this guy's your guy. I went, I know.
When I said what?
Oh, interesting.
You binged candy at night?
Oh.
My little candy cocktail here made from my sweet treat drawer.
Well, I've never even seen candy like that before because you're on the other side of the world.
This is too good. And now my wariness is gone when she said she was talking to her brother about this and that he's the perfect guy for her. So that gives me confidence that she does have good intentions. I think another thing that I was missing is that she wasn't giving, and I don't think Jeff noticed this because I think he's so gaga over her, is that she wasn't giving him this like warm, fuzzy, loving vibe, you know, that she's into him, that she's attracted to him, that she'll be there for him and support him, and not really in her words, just more in her energy. It seemed like she knew that it was now in the bag and she didn't have to, like, I don't know, show any interest in Jeff or something. I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm still figuring it out.
What's your favorite album of all time?
Album? Shit.
Here we go.
Okay, Computer by Radiohead.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Stop it. Stop it. Get out of here.
Honestly, I'm revisiting Leonard Cohen at the moment, and he might take the cake. But also, I
shut up,
Verica.
Now you know you're perfect. Stop.
Everything.
Yeah, me too. My favorite album of all time is actually Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent. I remember
she doesn't like that album.
Well, give me your favorite A24 movie. I was very happy when you said that you liked A24.
My favorite A24 movie is Good Time. No way. No way. I don't believe this.
Which one?
No way everything's the same.
What was
No way everything's the same.
With Robert Pattinson, the Safdie brothers.
I should have guessed it.
Verica, how was that how was it to be a part of a button moment for you?
Oh, it was fabulous, but I'm on a date right now. Sorry, Ethan. I would like to
Excuse me.
I literally rewatched Good Time last week. No jokes.
And another big thing for her saying that is she's showing Jeff that she does not care about the fame. She cares about Jeff, which is super, super huge for him. And that's what I was looking for right there. I was looking for that kind of like energetic commitment to him that I think he really needs.
All right, come on, Verica.
She's doing too
good. You
good.
guys can talk about your
That's not 298. I had to watch Volk lose. Give me this one, Ethan.
Oh, Volk was one of my favorite fights. Him versus Ortega when he.
Oh yes, the round 3.
All right. Shit. Maybe they're gonna get married. This is wild.
Come on, you guys.
Yeah, when he's in those submissions
But do you see what's going on right now? They are jumping topic to topic to topic. There's so many things in common. And this is what I talk about so much with people and on my videos. Find communities with like-minded interests. So often people are so disappointed with online dating. And why? It's because you are looking for a needle in a haystack. And frankly, you are a needle in a haystack for the person that wants to meet you. The same thing as going to a bar or a nightclub. There's really no context for why you're there and who you're meeting. But if you find a like-minded community, let's just say you love improv, right? And you join an improv class. It's the perfect place to meet somebody because there are so many similarities that people that love improv share, the type of humor. Or if you're into board games, there's so many clients that I've had that are into board games. And when I bring them to like a board game meetup where they were so nervous meeting somebody on a first date from a dating app or meeting somebody at a bar, then you put them in a place where they feel so comfortable to be themselves because they already know that the topic of conversation is something that they're good at. And listen, you're just not going to find some meathead jock at a board games event. Like maybe you will, but in that case, he would probably share other interests as well. What's going on right now is these two are connecting on so many different interests. It's as if they've known each other for years. Like let's say for instance, there's a meetup group that's just like meeting up to see MMA every weekend. And you just go and hang out with everybody that's there, get a couple beers, get to know people, cheer on the person that you want to win, boo the person you don't want to win. If they met there, they would connect so fucking well. And you know that Verica and Jeff are the type of people that you could find at some sort of MMA event, watching the matches, talking shop about the sport, and then connecting from there. That is how to meet people. So many people are having problems with dating, and everybody asks me like, what's the one thing you could do to change your dating life for the better? It's find like-minded communities, invest in those communities. In other words, don't just hit on somebody that you met there, right? I want you to actually invest in the relationships. Give to the community, give to the people that you meet, make real friends with people. And over time, while you're getting to know everybody over the course of weeks or months, somebody's gonna pop up that is just so for you. Or you're gonna make a really good friend there that maybe invites you to, I don't know, his girlfriend's birthday party, right? And you're invited, and then you're meeting his girlfriend's friends. Now, why is that good? Well, one, you're already vouched for. Everybody knows you're a good person. Number two, it's likely going to be a place where you're gonna relate to people. Because if you made friends with somebody at this MMA thing, and then you're going to his girlfriend's birthday party, and then you're meeting people at that party, they're likely gonna have similar personalities and values and interests as you. Invest in like-minded communities. Don't hit on people too quickly, and you'll waste so many disappointed nights going out to the bars and clubs or, going on wasteful online dates that aren't going to work out anyway. Listen, this is done. I know that Jeff and Verica are the great match. They probably end up together. If you want me to do a follow-up video for their follow-up episodes, let me know. Tell me what you want me to react to. I had a lot of fun watching this. And if you are looking to improve your conversation skills, you can click the link in the description or scan this QR code right now for my free conversation mastery class on Skillshare. I was going to take a lot of time trying to decide who I thought the best match for Jeff would be, but then they just gave Verica at the end, and it's like overwhelming how great they are together. I could see them getting married. I'm not gonna say they're a level 10 match yet for the love test score. I'm gonna say a 9, right? It's just the first time they met. I really don't know how they're gonna be in person, so I'd love to see a video on that. That being said, thank you very much for watching, everybody. See you next time.